right, so it is time. This is Infinite Game. I talk about investments, mostly alternative investments, but I'm going to be talking about really the best UFC fighters that you can invest in right now, or I would say the safest fighters that you can invest in, guys who've been proving best slash great fighters. And it's really mostly from the best pound per pound fighter list. So one thing before I would say is this is a very valuable video, and please watch to the end, but also please like, comment, and subscribe, and also give suggestions on what videos that you want to hear. But this is absolutely spectacular. People love it. From Kamar Usman, Israel Lasagna, Stipe Miocic. I'm going to be talking about a lot of people. So the first one is Justin Gaichy. Justin Gaichy is going to be fighting Michael Chandler. I think he is an animal. He hits hard. I think Michael Chandler is top 5 in the light heavyweight division. They will be fighting light heavyweight division. But Justin Gaichy, I think he's just another animal. I think people forgot how good he is. I think he's taking some time off to really readjust and focus on himself. But also, I think to get better. So I think Justin Gaichy is an excellent pickup. I believe his rookie cards are 2019 Top Chrome. But you can pick up the 2021 Prism and Select. Those are great cards to pick up. Next, I would say Peter Yan. I believe he's a 135-pounder. He's going to be fighting for the title. I remember he knocked out or came close to knocking out one of the guys. I believe it's Sterling. Yeah, like it was a legal knee, unfortunately, but I think that Peter Yan is phenomenal at 135, and I think he's a good buy. People are really interested in him. I also, just to be clear, I will stay away from 125 because people aren't interested in that. No one's interested in that division, period. Just stay away from 125 investing. As far as a weight class, no one cares. Unfortunately, there are some great fighters, and I think it's exciting because I'm a UFC fan, but no one cares. Next is Sirigon Heavyweight. I made a video about this. Spectacular fighter, 2021 Prism and Select are his rookie cards. I think he could be the champion, and I think he could dominate. It could be some bias there, right? Recency bias, but I think he's a tremendous fighter, kickboxing background, very light on his feet. These big, heavy guys throwing punches, they can't get close to him unless eventually someone can grab him, take him to the ground, and start pummeling him. Or he just gets caught with like one big hit, like from Francis Ngannou, or he fights Stipe or Jon Jones, and they start wrestling him and start putting elbows into him. But I think he's a pretty safe investment. He's 10-0. Even if he does lose, he's going to come back even better and stronger. Robert Whittaker, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to beat Israel Lasagna. So that's the issue. Next is Charles Oliveira. He's the champion now. People have been sleeping on him. He's not the same guy, but I think there is someone who's going to beat him. But I think good investment if he wins against Dustin Poirier. I don't necessarily think he is, but most people don't think he is. So that would make him a good investment because if it was an upset, his cards are going insane. Next, I would say Max Holloway. Max Holloway is a beast. He can't beat Alexander Stanowski, but he's a beast. He's beat Brian Ortega twice. Yair Ramirez, he's better than him. I mean, he's fights at 145. He's a great fighter. All these guys I named are really short term outside of Sirigon and Justin Gaichy. But Max Holloway is a nice pickup. I would say next, people say Stipe Miocic. I would say him. It's 2012 top scorer on Bloodlines. I could pick him up. But the issue is, I don't think he's going to be champion again. That's the issue. It'd be nice if he fights Jon Jones and he like pulls upset and beats him. But I don't think him being champion again. I think he's pretty old now. And I think that Francis Ngannou is going to get better. And I think that most of the guys in the heavyweight division are getting better. And Stipe is going to be a tough fighter to beat. And he's going to be elite, but I think he's going to be stuck in that, like, that phase of being really good, but not good enough. Almost like a Robert Whittaker. You know, he may be second in heavyweight division or first, like Robert Whittaker is in the middleweight division, but not be the person who wins another title again. Next is Jan Blachowicz. I think Yuri is his name, is probably gonna beat him. Jan is extremely impressive. He may move to heavyweight as well because he wants to fight Jon Jones. Jon Jones could move to light heavyweight. You can see that fight, but he is underrated. He is older, and I think, you know, he's going to be moving out of his prime. So I do see him losing within the next year, though. Or, yeah, within the next year, I see him losing and probably losing the title. But he's an impressive guy, and I think for now he's still a safe bet. Next is Justin Poirier, just because I think he's going to be lightweight champion. I think he's better than Charles Oliveira. And even if he loses, then he fights Conor McGregor next and beats Conor McGregor for a third straight time to get extra money. And he's going to be even more famous. So people are just going to know who he is because he's beaten Conor McGregor multiple times. I think he is very safe bet, and you know, he's known from fighting Conor McGregor. Next, I think his name is Jiri Zacka. His rookie card is 2021 Prism, and also you can find a select that has a rookie card logo on it. I just think he's a very impressive fighter. People aren't focused on him right now, but I think you can pick up his cards, and I think he could be the next lightweight champion. Next is Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou, I mean, he could be one of the biggest stars in UFC history if he continues to win, especially with this stacked heavyweight division. And he's current champion, and he's just very, very dangerous. And he knows Sirigon because they train together, so he understands how to prepare for them and how to fight him, and how to take his strengths away and use and attack his weaknesses. Next, one of my favorites, Alexander Volkanovski, incredibly underrated. Alexander Volkanovski, I think, is going to beat Brian Ortega. I think it's in September, his next UFC fight, UFC 266. He's just better. He's a great wrestler. He is shorter than Brian Ortega, but he's the kind of like bad guy type of person who talks a lot of crap. But he's an impressive fighter, and he's only had one loss, and that was a long time ago. I mean, he's on, I believe, a 15-fight win streak, something ridiculous. So I think he's undefeated in the UFC. So I think he's a excellent pickup. I already have a card of his for his Panini Prism. I'm probably going to pick up another one. I'm picking up his serial number stuff and autos. Israel Lasagna. Actually, you know what? Next, I'll say Kamar Usman. The reason why Kamar Usman is because ain't nobody in the welterweight division going to beat him except maybe Colby Covington. That's his biggest threat. But yeah, I think he's probably going to retire soon, though. His resume is impressive, but he's not going to fight. He's very safe, but he's not going to fight anyone in a different division. Basically him moving up to 185 or him fighting at 205. I don't see him fighting at 205 and him moving up to 185. I don't see him doing that because he doesn't want to fight Izzy. So that's an issue. That's a serious issue. Serious issue. You can use 2018 Topps Museum, or you can use 2019 Topps Chrome. I believe he's in 2018 Topps Chrome as well. But look for those cards, or you can get his Prism. His resume is very impressive, and it's really between him and George St. Pierre when it comes to welterweights, the top welterweights ever. But he needs to, if he wants to be all-time great and a top 3 all-time, he has to win another title in a different division, and I don't think he's going to do that. But he's a safe pick. Next is Israel Lasagna. You don't really need to say much more about him. He has one loss from Jan, but that's in a different division. I mean, he's dominated the middleweight division. Robert Whittaker is too small, too short to really challenge Israel. So, and Usman, I think Gilbert Burns can try to fight Usman, but he doesn't have a chance. So Israel, excellent striker. He's getting better. He's very focused. He wants to fight Jon Jones. Not really, not yet. He wants to wait a couple years before he fights Jon Jones. Take him out when he's old. Yeah, very, very impressive fighter, and he's just running through the middleweight division again. I think he could go to lightweight and just do something that's legendary. Then last but not least is Jon Jones. He's up in the air. I think if you buy him and he loses in his heavyweight fights, hey, I still think it's good. He's safe to a certain extent. He will do stupid stuff that may get him put in jail again, but I don't think it's going to affect his card values. I think people who know UFC, who are buying UFC cards, probably already know that he does do silly stuff, and it shouldn't be a surprise to people. But he has probably one of the biggest upsides, because if he wins the heavyweight championship, hell, if he beats Stipe Miocic and then he maybe just becomes interim champion, he beats basically the greatest heavyweight ever, and he's an interim champion, it's going to be huge. Just him winning and fighting and winning most of his fights in a heavyweight division will be huge, because it's becoming a golden era, and he could dominate, and that would just, he'll be 100% the GOAT, despite all the steroid allegations and everything else. But yeah, that's the video. And also, obviously, use Jon Jones 2009. That's his first stuff ever. Topps Chrome. Well, not Topps Chrome, but Topps Undisputed. If you like the video, if you don't like it, comment below. If you like it, please like it below. Place comments and then share with others. And let me know what else you want me to talk about. Peace.